Well, the wall is going to be here through Sunday this week. And of course the significance of it is remembering those who gave their lives in service of our country in Vietnam. It's an educational tool also. For those who have never heard of Vietnam, for the younger generations, if you will, it gives them a chance to see the sacrifices that were made during that period. The wall has brought a lot of Vietnam veterans to closure, if you will, because they are able to see the names of those they served with, who they lost. And the wall, this moving wall, just as the memorial in Washington, D.C., affords a measure for these people to have closure. We also have an opportunity for those that don't get to go to Washington, D.C., to see what the memorial looks like, to find the names of their buddies or their loved ones on it. And as I said, it's also educational for those of the younger generations who don't remember Vietnam.
Because of people that I knew that died in Vietnam, my comrades that I served with in Vietnam, and just the attitude of some people, when we come home, and there wasn't much fanfare, which really in itself isn't that important, but at the same time, it never did justice to those people that are on the wall.
It's moving for me because I've got some friends whose names are on there, a couple of schoolmates, several people that I served with over the years. And I have to admit that when the wall was established in Washington, D.C., I went out there for the dedication, but it was very hard, very difficult for me to go up actually to the wall and look at those names. It was a feeling of sorrow, if you will. Finally have gotten over that, but I do visit the wall occasionally. I still live out in Washington, D.C. area, and I do have the opportunity to visit the wall occasionally and make sure my friends are still there.
The soldiers who go through a lot of stress, and they keep sending them back, redeploying them. There has to be some method of making sure that those soldiers are okay. You just can't redeploy without taking stress on the family. There's been divorces and all kind of problems, and there should be a system in place, which in some places there are. It's really improved. I know that because my son is a Chief Warrant Officer 4. He's stationed at Fort Bragg, and he had 5 tours, 5 deployments in Iraq, and I'm very proud of him. But at the same time, I worry about him. And he's going to stay in. He's got 20 years in at the end of this year, but he's not getting out, and close to the end of this year. And it's important that these people the doctors are made aware that these people need more than just a week off and that type of thing. And that doesn't. And see, a lot of them a long time ago, they were so scared if they admitted to it and they seeked help, they wouldn't advance in rank. They wouldn't achieve the next rank. And that's a poor system. And 9/11, firefighters, policemen, any tragic event, emergency calls, those people paramedics, they go through a lot of stuff. So do they fire them? No. They seek their treatment and they go through life, and that's what's really needed. These people have to be attended to. And we were really dumb, because when we got to the VA system, most of us, we didn't want no part of it. It really disgusted us, okay? And at the time, we couldn't dump our pride. Our pride came first. Even though there wasn't much of it, it never came first, and it should have. And we waited too long, and we suffered, and people committed suicide, and all such a strange things happened, alcoholism, drugs, all that. And if some of them were never drug users in Vietnam, that's another myth. Some people never saw a drug in Vietnam except which was given to them by a medic or a doctor. So it's important that people realize that when these people come home, they have problems. They have problems readjusting. And now with unemployment and all these other things going on, can't find a decent job, and all that just creates more stress, more and more stress. So we made a point, a lot of us combat Vietnam veterans, to be at the VA facilities, and when we saw these people, they looked bewildered. We made sure we got to them and said, hey, don't fight this system, contribute. You don't have to give up your pride, but you're going to have to compromise, and the world's not going to end. You have to get better, and it has helped, and we've been thanked for it. I mean, we've from the Desert Storm, Iraq, and Afghan veterans, they have thanked us for it. But they're a group by themselves too, and they like to be around themselves. So that's important. They're going through the same things that we did. But I know a lot of them aren't getting all the help they should. But at least it has improved quite a lot since we were in, and that's important. And we're not going to give up. We're just going to keep pushing.
Donations aren't required if anybody wants to come and look at it. However, if they do feel like making a donation, we would gladly accept it.